Hello, I'm Franklin. I'm your astrologer, and this is the Cosmic Watch as we have a look at what the planets are doing to us on this evening. Moon is about to rise. It'll be in Gemini tonight, and that's about being with your companions, like-minded people, and communicating. That's right. So this should be a good chat room crowd joining us tonight. What we're looking at today is a Virgo. This is 9/16 of 2022, and if you add all those numbers up, you get a birth date of 22, and that actually translates to 2 plus 2 equals 4. And the Virgos who are born today, and everyone with a birth number that each digit put together adds up to 22 or to 4. Then you're exactly who we're talking about today when we speak of those who are born today. Slim, wiry, strong, usually. They, of course, they can end up overweight because of problems, usually in childhood. But the real thing that separates the 224 from other people is their propensity to have accidents because they are impulsive. They take impulsive actions and they get ahead of themselves, and until they figure this out, and they will, they're accident prone because of the way they move through life. And for a 224 to really be happy, their life has to be neat and orderly, everything in its place, and then they're completely happy as long as they don't try to take responsibility for everybody else. They, of course, have to take responsibility for themselves, but they have a tendency to overdo the service and the support that they give to others. And of course, they do. Their life purpose is service and support of other people. And the other things to know if you are a 224 is food's never going to be a problem for you because you have too much else going on in your life. You don't obsess on food. 224s are much more apt to look for quality in the food they eat rather than quantity. And this of course serves them well. They they will always do well with exercise because they are strong, and the exercises that really are best for them are the ones that make them move. And if they can move in tandem with a partner, all the better. Stretching, running, these are the things that really quiet the mind of the 224. And these are people who are always going to be looking for connections with other people. The double two, the two is all about cooperation with others, and being a part of small groups, and building upon that, having teams, and building things in a very orderly fashion. You everything about this person is about the four, and the four means having enough self confidence to follow through on the plans that you make and follow each step in your plan. Don't be skipping over the boring parts. Uh, Anybody with a 4 in their life number knows that whenever they try to read the last page of the book first, they're going to have to go back all the way to the back and start all over again. So it becomes very important for these people to carry through on their plans before they start something new and get things finished up. And we're joined by Crazy Coolio. Good evening. How talking about this being a 224 day, and what sort of people are coming forward today, and as 224s, they there's almost always, because of the cooperation thing for these people, the double two, there's almost always issues to be solved with their parents, about their parents, and once they get those things straight, they're a very very productive person, because service and support, that's what it's all about. And on this day, with our moon sign in Gemini, and the moon will be rising in Gemini here in a couple of hours, we're all getting together with our friends on this evening, and trying to see where we're all headed in the same direction, because that is why we're actually here, is to connect with each other, and to share our experiences as we get into the the psychic world, the invisible world, the world that the tides connecting to the moon tell us that the invisible forces are strong enough to move the world. So once we believe in the invisible, once we have our own epiphany with the invisible, we find out that it is a very personal connection. Everyone has the ability to connect to the spirit world. Everyone has spirit guides that are with them. Um, so many different sorts of spirit guides that it's impossible to know exactly who is giving you information and who is inside of you. And that's, where else could the spirit world be? Where else could it exist? Where else could God be except inside of humans? Heaven is not in some unreachable place up above the sky. Heaven exists within each of us, within each human being. There is a miniature of the entire universe. There's and this really coordinates with astrology. Within each of the different signs, each of us have all 12 houses within our sign, and each of us has, at different times of the year, like tonight when the moon is in Gemini, we all have these Gemini tendencies, and if we know what they are, then we're ready for them, and we can react to them. And that's why astrology works so well for even our karmic mental health, knowing that we're headed in the right direction. And this is why we have spirit guides. Spirit guides open doors or close doors and lock them to change our path, to make us take a different direction. They have that ability to not so much lead you, but as to correct your steps when you step off of the middle road and go to extremes, which is always a bad idea. So, anyone who is born today is going to have their moon sign be in Gemini, and the moon is the closest of all the heavenly bodies. The moon has a bigger effect upon us as as anything that is put up in the sky. And what we what we see in the sky truly is what we believe. It's what we've always believed, what humans have always believed. Here we are in the age of Aquarius, right? Nobody can tell you exactly when the age of Aquarius began, but we are now in the age of Aquarius. And I'll tell you when I think it actually began, and that is on February. Crazy Julio says that he is Pisces. Now that makes two of us. I was born on March the 11th, and I'm about as Pisces as people can get. And the where where was I going there for a moment? Uh, the age of Aquarius followed the age of Pisces. Each age is about 2,100 years. The age of Pisces has been since the time of Jesus to about now, a little before now. We really think, because we saw it in the sky, we really think that the age of Aquarius began on February the 4th of 1962. 1962 begins the age of Aquarius because on that day, the first six planets, Mercury right on through Saturn, six planets aligned with both the sun and the Earth's moon and the constellation Aquarius. And Aquarius is about change, it's about communication with the spirit world, communication with the satellite world. And this is why so many people think that this is the date that the age of Aquarius began, because that's when the first satellite, communication satellite with Telstar, was put into the sky, and we began the age of satellite communication. And satellite communication is a mimic of completely spiritual communication. Um, yeah, okay. Now, joined by a Leo, say the the middle of the sky. Leos Leos are so special that they were given the sun as their ruling planet, right? At the time, in medieval times, we only knew of the first uh, five planets. So when they broke up the 12 signs, everyone was given every planet was given two different signs to rule, except for Leo and Cancer, who got the sun and the moon. Leo is exalted in um, our astrology, whereas in in other astrologies, it is used. The sun is used to represent God, and in our modern world astrology, it's used to represent a human being. And that's really the difference between different brands of astrology, all all leading in the same direction. So a Pisces and a Leo, and of course I am Pisces too. And this this is really the age of Pisces came to an end, and the age of change, the age of Aquarius, is now really upon us here. And Aquarius is going to all be, and has been since 1962, the idea of cooperative members of a larger whole. And it's brotherhood, sisterhood. That's what, if you remember the play, Hair, uh, all of the songs there. This was really the dawning of the change in the entire world that begins in 1962 when the world starts communicating with each other. This is also the year that they put in the red telephone between Washington, D.C. and Moscow, the hotline. And that's changed the world. And the world is just beginning to make this change. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. We're just we're just coming out of the age of Pisces, where we dreamed what we were going to do, and now we're in the age of Aquarius, where we're going to do it. The whole space program has been a part of the age of Aquarius, and the satellite communication, where you can see the picture of someone across the Earth. Says, why is Aquarius a fire sign if Agua is a water thing? Well, Aquarius, of course, is an air sign, right? Pisces is the water sign. So Aquarius coming just before it has to be the air sign. And Aquarius is, of course, the sign of Aquarius. It has always been written as waves of water. It is connected. The link between all of this is that Aquarius is the sign of the future. And says, "Oh, my bad." Well, that's what we're here to figure out. Is why these things pull on us, and everything does pull on everybody, and as especially as the moon sign changes. You see, there are 13 different full moons every year, and 28 days in each one of those cycles, and we go through the entire zodiac of moon signs in every 28-day cycle, just over and over, every 2.5 days. And that's what makes it so hard to see what moon sign you're in a particular day. And if you're born on a day when the moon sign changes, you're going to have a combination of those two signs working on each other. Not just this one and that one. You're going to have this new thing, this combination of those two. It's like being born on the cusp of one sign leading to another sign. You're really going to have to deal with problems that not many people have had to deal with. And you sometimes end up breaking new ground. So, Mayu has now joined us. Good evening. Good to have everyone around. And the day is a 224, and here we are in the age of Aquarius, when we can all connect with each other. And in the world the way it is today, you can see how very difficult that's going to be. The age of Aquarius is meant to bring us all together, brotherhood, sisterhood, all working together as a collective whole, and having leaders who are not trying to lead by being the vanguard, but by being a part of the group and taking part and having more participation. This is what the the play Hair um, brought to New York, to the Broadway stage in the mid 1960s, at a time when the length of a man's hair was terribly important, more so than tattoos and earrings are now. It was really a national thing where those those who wanted to keep the status quo were saying, "America, love it or leave it," and those who were young were were seeing it from a different point of view. When I grew up, I thought I was going to be a beatnik, but by the time I got there, they'd become hippies. And to at the time when I was 18 years old, you had to choose one way or the other, and it was a time when the music became very important because through the music, the young are always able to step up and have their say, and that's certainly music has proven that for 50 years or so, and that each generation, and sub generation will have their own music. They'll find their own music. They will have music that is uh, almost in code, right? I mean, uh, when I was a kid, we said cool, and it's always the language always leads the way, and language is something that is meant to bring us all together. But the way it has come about, it's turned into a way to keep each other apart by not having the ability to speak each other's language. And this is the great thing about satellite communication is you can have interpretations of everyone. And so, well, Mayu says, what's your favorite language? With Nellie now saying hi to everyone. Nellie, we're talking about the different languages on the earth. There's 234 different languages are spoken on this earth. Now, of all of those languages, each and every one is spoken by the angels when they show you at the time that you pass through what you've done in everything that you've said, everything that you've accomplished in this life. So you can choose whether or not you're going to reincarnate. But the thing to remember is that the angels speak all 234 languages. When in in the very early days, They spoke whoever passing language. They always have. This is to show human beings that we're all the same. And Crazy Coolio says, Swedish is my fave language. And Wahoo says, Japanese and German. Uh-huh. And Chinese. The many different ways that people can speak. Um, and can use these languages to all combine. It's see, the Tower of Babel had it wrong when, when they finally build that bridge. Everybody's going to be speaking and understanding each other. Uh, Bio says if you want to describe a specific feeling or a cool insult, German is the choice. And says French. Where did tarot cards come from? Well, nobody knows, of course. They came out of China and Tibet and out of India and Egypt all at the same time. And were discovered in the world by the French, who under Napoleon went down into Europe and started looking for things, started digging things up. What they found was the different languages, such as hieroglyphics, and these these include Hebrew, especially. And you have to wonder that when Moses wrote down everything in the first five books of the Bible, was was he aware that the the Hebrew name Abel has a meaning that is really wrapped around the story we know about Abel? And in the Hebrew language, each letter contains a thought. And to get a word, you put those letters together, combine the thoughts, and you get the word. The word able means here for only a short length of time, like a gust of wind. So you have to wonder, did did Moses know? Of course he knew what the name Abel meant. He was a Hebrew, right? Um, so you have to wonder how many of the stories that Moses presented in the first five books of the Torah, the Quran, and the Bible were metaphoric. Uh, and how many times he perhaps was just trying to better explain what had happened to these people. And when Maya says there's a word for punch them face, and we're talking about the French and the Germans now, right? And Julia says hello. Julia, you're just in time to join in the conversation tonight. We're talking about all of the different languages that people speak are all spoken by angels. The angels come to us. They're the hands, the face as of God. Angels can change to any face they want to change to. When they come to you in your epiphany, guess what? They're going to come looking like you. When any of your guides come to you, then and good evening, Katie. Good to have you with us here. When your guides come to you, they want your trust, they want your faith. They've come to you first in your voice, the voice you will trust the most. your conscience, that voice inside of you. When you're talking to yourself, you are often talking with your spirit guides. So, of course, they can also change their face if they can change their voice. And if they can speak any language of any soul on this earth, and perhaps animals too, why not? So, as as you realize this, you find that everything your spirit guides tells you, everything they tell you is for a reason. They tell me what what to say to people when I'm doing psychic readings. My guides hear the guides of the people I'm doing the reading for. I use the tarot cards. It's like shorthand. My guides hit me and tell me, they take my hand. They move me to the card, and then it's up to me to interpret that card, to tell that person what their guide is trying to tell them. But it's always when a guide actually comes to you, um, when you have that epiphany, that vision of whatever it is that gets your attention, a burning bush, right? Whatever it is, whatever it is to you, you are then going to hear whatever means something to you. Every time I do a reading, every time I pass along information to a person in a reading, I have to be listening very carefully, because this is how my guides come to me through the voice I will trust most. Listen to yourself when you are giving advice to another soul. When you're not, when even when you are trying to convince them of one point of view or another, when you're trying to give good advice, what you consider to be good advice, listen for your guide speaking to you and telling you about something else entirely. So, every time I do a reading, I find out something for myself, and that's having an open line, and that's what I couldn't do for a long time, and the line opened up finally because I opened it up. I wanted to know. I wanted to know more. Maybe I just started listening closer. So often in life, we miss things because we're talking and we're not listening. If if any of my friends who are in the room tonight would care for a reading, that's really what I'm here for, is to answer your questions you might have, and maybe I'll hear something for myself while we go. Nellie has joined us in the group. It's a full room tonight, and I really appreciate everyone being here, because, like I say, I'm doing therapy on myself. All of you being here, you're my doctors tonight, as we talk over different things. So whatever is on your mind, whatever you'd like you'd like to have looked at, and I know that's it's uh, it's a fine line of dumping your dirty laundry out in front of everybody else, but it's more of showing everyone what we have in common, how much we are alike, how little difference there is between any of us. From I see people from several different countries are with us tonight, and it's the wonderful thing about doing readings, is how many people you meet out there. Nellie Kelly says, no friends because of COVID. Boy, I tell you what, this it's it really depends on where you live as to if they're really taking it seriously or not. This is the strangest illness I think that's ever passed around in the world, but it was foreseen. All the Think about all the writers who have written about the plague, you know, and plague turning people into zombies, and it's a thought that was put into our minds. There's uh, there's something going on in the sky right now that is inexplicable, and it is the retrograde of the planet Saturn. Saturn has been in retrograde for more than 2 months, and it's going to last until October the 5th, another several weeks. And this has no planet ever goes backwards, but because planets travel at different speeds and we're on a moving platform here on Earth, they appear to. And because they appear to, and people have seen them do this for who knows how many thousands of years, we have grown to believe this so well that how many things have gone wrong for you in the past 2 months? My life has just been this circle that I can't get out of. I it's it's just incredible how it has spiraled in connection, I guess, with the retrograde of Saturn. Saturn is the planet that controls your destiny, your fate. So what's been held up these last couple of months is what is most important to anyone. It's what's most important to you that's been making a tight little circle and repeating itself and repeating itself and repeating itself. And it's finally coming to an end. And it's not like it's just going to be over. It's already started ending. It's falling apart little by little over the next couple of weeks. So everyone gets to finally finish up whatever it's been that you've been trying to get done over these last couple of months. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do is do a reading on myself. The people that come into the room are all experienced. They've had their epiphany and they want to go further. They want to look into the corners, which is different for everyone on the planet. Imagine a God so omnipotent that God can listen to 7 billion people at the same time and know what is in your heart and be sending you towards your enlightenment. What does God want for you? God wants you to change. God wants you to get better, to do a better job of living with other people. To no matter where you started out, change. To grow, to move from here to there is plenty. As long as you did some good things in your life. So many of us are here just to be an example for other people. Why do you think there's so many people on this planet? It's because it will help us attain our enlightenment. The more people we see, the more we can learn from their mistakes, the more we don't have to make them. We don't have to make those free will choices that lead us in every single road. Yeah, yeah. Well, so how do you change? Those people that really irritate you are the ones that you have to see all the time, right? That you don't agree with their actions. All right. So if you changed how you reacted to them, you change your entire world. You have the choice of reacting or not reacting in the way that people expect you to. This is why they push your buttons, right? People want your reaction. Why are your guides with you? Well, the reason that your guides are inside of you is to experience your emotions, to experience what you are feeling out there. And oh, uh, I am I am Zoe. Thank you for being with us, and it's good to have you. Nice to be in the conversation. If if I'm going to do a reading, the one thing I don't do is shuffle the cards. My once I once I am thought they were invisible. I'm yes, I've been there. Be vacant. All right, all right. When when I have the cards in my hand, the cards come to life. When the water finder goes into a field and he takes the three pronged stick, lifeless stick, out of that bag and puts it in his hands, it comes to life. It has a life all of its own. It's no longer an inanimate object. When I put the cards in my hand, uh, I can feel a a gravity, an invisible pull, a, a force going through the cards and into my hand. And what I like to do is give my fingers a chance to touch every card and give me a chance to choose any card I want. Now, if I'm looking at my life now, uh, and, and, and life right now, what uh, what are we looking at here? The luckiest man on the face of the earth. I go along with that. I I've had I'm 72 years old. I have had more experiences than I can almost remember, and along with some of the worst times, I've had some where I just uh, had to admit that I was lucky, and there's no other solution. It's that I have always had very good luck, always able to accept whatever did come to me, whatever I could find right now. So there I am. That's what's happening right at this moment. There is a very contented person who knows that where their good luck comes from, and knows that the way of thanking a spirit guide is by using that thought that they put in your mind, by not second guessing yourself, um, by being content with what you have. It only took me about 50 years to work out my problems and get to this point. So don't give up, right? It's, hang in there. You never know what what sort of a crazy child will turn out to be all right in the end. Uh, so if this is where I am right now, what is coming into my life? There's always something that's about to be either a stumbling block or a stepping stone, depending on how you use it. So what is coming in to my life right now? Oh boy, is some someone giving a lot of uh, um, uh, trying to get on my good side by telling me that I know what I'm doing. So there is someone who wants the truth. Someone who wants the truth. That's what it is. All I can tell you is that what is true to me. When I say we all have guides, and our guides all have reasons for talking to us, you have to know that what you are told you can't put on other people. When you have your come to Jesus meeting, and you are told don't do that, you know, they're talking to you. They're only talking to you. You can't go out and start a religion. It it just it doesn't pay off. You are the one who can use that. That's that's information that is meant only for you, and the sort of information that you put to use. And this is how you say, I appreciate it. I'm thankful for what I've gotten, is by putting that information to use, by not wasting the opportunities that come to you. Everything can be used as either a stepping stone, or you can let it completely stop you. You can let it roll right under you and knock you down entirely. Things tend to come out of the blue, and we just don't see them coming. And it's that surprise that we always get angry about. It's and there's really there's no point in getting angry. It gets you nowhere. Revenge is the worst thing ever invented by humans, and it is. You know, Cain was punished by God, and he had to live on earth for 600 years. The children of Cain invented every way of praising God: music, poetry, writing, everything was invented by a child of Cain trying to pay back, trying to atone for what had happened there. And it's it's not our place to avenge anything, and that's the good old Thomas Edison, the inventor of the movie. That's the terrible thing about movies, is that revenge is always involved, and no matter what the good guy has to do, if it is in revenge for some whatever he considers to be the the ultimate thing, then there is no forgiveness. And without forgiveness, um, we end up thinking that God is mad at us because we're mad at God. And this usually happens because we feel like we've done something that's unforgivable. And there's no going back. But the God that that I see and feel is is all forgiving. It forgives anything. Every day is a new day. You get to start over. You it doesn't matter what happened in the past. So the biggest the biggest thing we have to do is get over things. Is be able to move on, to release it. There's in one of the great teachings of the ancient books before scriptures is the correlation between your life and what you do in your life and the growing of a tree. And it's a 1 through 9 progression. The first year of the 9 year cycle is when you plant the seed, the seed of the idea at the new moon. The second year is when you need help. You need rain and sunshine. You need other things to come in and help you. And then you grow and you grow and you grow. And once you get the harvest, then you have a wonderful year of being able to share what you have with everybody else. And then it's still not over. The 9th year comes, and this is the year that you must release it. You're given an entire year. That's how hard it is, right? It's not that you just, okay, I released it. Oh, it's over. I forgive you. I'm gone. People within their heart truly believe that they cannot forgive certain things, that certain things are unforgivable. These are the people who think that God is mad at them, and they've already done something that's too much, and so why even worry about other people now? Oh, all of our crew having having a time tonight. This is the people expressing what is in their heart. This is the Gemini moon that is rising out there, and everyone is able to express what what is within them, and this is a wonderful thing. So, what in my layout here? I'm a contented soul. About to come into my life is a flatterer. Don't believe your own press clippings, right? So what's the outcome here? What is the final result of this? Ah, knowledge. There you are. The mind, the the air. The sword is for the air signs, and of course that's the Gemini moon coming up tonight. So tonight I get a chance to learn my from from my own thoughts, to rearrange my own thoughts. So this is this is very good. This is very good. There's something that I have learned tonight, and when we finish up here shortly, I'll go back through and I'll try to bring that up and try to figure out exactly what I'm being told. That even though I am uh, there, that um, it's it's really a very good thing because I'm going to get some knowledge out of all of this. So I do thank you for coming along and being a part. Everyone who has joined us and come and gone throughout the evening. Uh, and back to our Pisces, Crazy Coolios is saying good evening. And to each and every one of you, I invite you to come along. A Virgo for Nelly. Virgo, when exactly is your birthday? We're coming to the last few days of Virgo here, Nelly, and that means that very soon we go over to Libra. Ooh, another week or so, and then Libra comes through, and that that moon sign, it's uh, it's meant to give you a guidepost to let you know how much the moon really does pull on you, how much. So a Pisces and a Taurus, 12th house with second house. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. There's the earth sign and water sign always go together. The water sign flows down to the lowest point and always nurtures the lowest one first. And of course, Taurus being the Earth sign, they just soak up all that affection, and they appreciate every bit of it, all of the beauty that comes into the world. So I think on that we are going to wrap it up. Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Pisces. That's uh, that's a very good grouping that we have here tonight. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you next time. Same place, same station next week. I'm Franklin. Have yourself a really good evening.